Hey, what's up, guys? Doing this video log a day early because tomorrow is going to be crazy busy. If you're not Facebook friends with me already or unfamiliar with why I'm wearing this hat, I do work for the Chicago Cubs, and tomorrow I will be getting my ring finger sized. um, Completely unexpected gesture offered up by the owners, the Ricketts family. So forever indebted to them for including us in this form of the celebration for winning the World Series, winning the whole damn thing. So have that tomorrow. Gonna try and get back in the gym, which I'll talk about in a second. Have a few consultations, but figured I might as well do the video now when I have some time and get the newsletter out to you guys a day in advance. Um, Also, if you just joined the newsletter, what's up? Hopefully, this will be beneficial to you on wherever you may be in your fitness journey. So, man, crazy week. Um, Not sure if you guys know or not, but did experience a bit of a shoulder injury um, last week, which is a huge bummer. I've had to take now this is my fourth consecutive day away from the gym, which is no bueno, especially considering I'm in contest prep. um, but that's what you get when you don't respect your training status. It's easy to believe that if you've been lifting for any certain amount of time with anything more than if you've seen some increase on your weights um, and you've progressed on your lifts and your body composition, which I have. Oh, I'm advanced. I'm advanced. I'm advanced. Well, if you think you're advanced and you want to train with a higher frequency accordingly, you have to be really careful because I made another video about why your split routine probably isn't working if you're anything higher than a beginner by distinction. And even though I am, you could say, an intermediate, I'm definitely not advanced to the point where my recovery can bounce back and my musculature can bounce back from daily training for each specific muscle, and that's why I ran into some problems. So when I was benching um, with dumbbells on the eccentric, when I was bringing the weight down, I felt a little bit of a pop in my left shoulder, but I thought it was torn, but that doesn't seem to be the case because I have a good deal more mobility and range of motion in my shoulder. Like a couple days ago, I couldn't do this, or especially this, which that's a very good sign that it's healing up. But just another consideration to take going forward for me, knowing my injury history. I've already had back surgery, so that's a major consideration. Um, and now my shoulder is going to be bugging me right in the heart of contest prep, which is swell. But it's just another learning point and something to plan around going forward. So um, that's the plan. Just getting right back on the horse tomorrow. Getting back in the gym. Um, and getting in there every day, but rearranging my frequency. I was hitting every muscle group 2 out of every 3 days to allow for better recovery, and then I got a little too far ahead of myself. So I'm gonna go back to that original setup 2 out of every 3 days because that seemed to be working just fine, and do my level best not to get too far ahead of myself. And the reason I'm not going into the gym to train legs in the meantime while this injury recovers um, is because I know as soon as I get in the gym, I'm gonna do something stupid. So um, yeah, just getting right back at it tomorrow. 2 out of every 3 days in terms of split in the gym. The results this week weren't exactly what I was expecting. Um, I mean, in terms of scale weight, I did clock in at under 179 today. So the weight change rate is still right on point or close to it. Um, Hoping for a roughly 1% change in body weight in terms of scale weight per week, and that was to be expected with the amount of off days and fewer calories on those off days. But in unison with my DEXA results, that kind of threw me for a bit of a loop as well, because based on the measurements I was taking with my, I have a video about that as well, but based on the measurements I was personally taking with my handheld body fat um, percentage monitor estimator, the Sculpt Chisel, I found out I was using that kind of the wrong way, and that was giving me false positives in terms of where my body composition was truly at. So I thought I was about 14% for the longest time, and the DEXA actually said I was closer to 17%. And so I altered my measuring technique with my handheld device, and now it's much closer to reflecting that 17%. But it's kind of a hit to the ego to know that you're 3% body fat higher than you actually thought. The trend is still going very well. I've obviously made a lot of progress. It's just been shifted up a little bit. So I have lost a good deal of fat and still have gained a pretty decent amount of muscle, just not quite as much as I initially thought. And these are the things that you have to find out by making those mistakes. So that's just another learning point, same as with my shoulder. Everything's a learning point. Everything is something you could adapt from. And at times, especially when you're smacked upside the head with everything at once, it might seem a little overwhelming, but I intend to utilize these little, not even setbacks, but yeah, you can call them setbacks, as learning points going forward and ways to adapt. So this calls for a slightly more aggressive deficit in terms of my diet, which I'm all for. And I've set my diet up to reflect that going into the next week. I'm going to be dropping carbs pretty substantially, maybe roughly about half, because I noticed my carbs on a training day average were creeping up to around 300 grams per day, and that was not only making me hold a lot of water, but it was also probably a little too high of a energy balance for me to actually maintain the rate of weight loss that I want to. So I'll be making that adjustment, keeping my protein stable, obviously, um, reducing carbs and keeping fat relatively stable as well, maybe a little bit less. Um, but yeah, just this is a lesson that anyone out there who may have been dealing with similar setbacks or setbacks in their own right, that you just kind of just get right back on the horse. That's really all you can do. Um, Humans are generally really terrible at projecting their future emotions. So when it hits you, it could seem all doom and gloom, and you might think it'll last forever. But the only way to circumvent that is to just get right back after it, with that information in mind, and adapt. So that's what I plan on doing. Just a lot of things going on right now. I accepted a new position with Bayesian Bodybuilding and my mentor, Menno Henselmans. I'm now a copy editor and a researcher, and my first couple of projects will be starting this week, which is fantastic. I'm very excited to be part of the team, and it happened by pure happenstance. I kind of overheard him discussing that he wants to add people to his team to kind of be able to step back from Bayesian bodybuilding a little bit in terms of you know, editing content and distributing content. So I shot him a message. I said, hey, this is my skill set. Any way I could help you? And he found a way to work me in, which is incredible. Huge amount of gratitude for Menno. So it's just about finding the silver lining and everything. Like, hello, I'm getting a World Series ring, which is amazing. I'm working for my mentor and someone who, it's fair to say, it has been um, my idol for the last few years now, since taking his PT course in Menno. And these are huge opportunities, which most people don't get. So I have to be grateful for that, which I definitely am. And so that's starting this week. Um, Really trying to hit the forums in terms of gaining coaching clients and doing some free consulting, and also going through a bit of a legal battle with a marketing course that I've been taking for the last few weeks now, which is an added stressor for sure. and we'll see how that goes this week as well, so, because that came to a head very quickly, and I'll have more details on that as they become available. But just dealing with quite a bit um, mentally right now, which is definitely something you have to keep in line over the course of or on top of contest prep, which is inherently a stress to your system as well. So it's all about adapting to what you know about your specific situation, injuries, schedule, all that stuff. So crazy week behind me, crazy week ahead, but I'll get through it, and no reason to think that that'll stop my progress as long as I plan accordingly. Um, so yeah, I'm putting up more video content, and I've had the opportunity to do that lately since I've been out of the gym, but I hope to keep that up. And this will come out in the newsletter. Like I said, if you're new to the newsletter, welcome, and share it with your friends if they have any similar goals that you might have that might be aided along by any of the information that I'm presenting here. And so yeah, just getting right back after it this week, and hopefully a good week of progress ahead for me, and that'll spill into the next week and the next. So it's all about keeping a proper mindset in terms of myself and in terms of trying to help as many people as I can achieve their own goals. So that's the takeaway. And like I said, busy day ahead, so I won't keep you too much longer. Just thanks for the support, and I will talk to you guys in the next video.